All right, here we are again. Guess who it is? It's your favorite storyteller, Shawn Hart, and back for chapter 4 of my book that I co authored called Private Label Millionaire Secrets. I did chapter 1, 2, and 3, finishing 3 this morning. I thought I would do something a little bit different and do 2 readings in one day. So I decided to test out my afternoon audience and see who's out here, who's going to live stream with me on chapter 4 titled Customer Journeys. So, if this is your first time joining, my name is Shawn Hart. I'm co author of Private Label Millionaire Secrets. Private Label Millionaire Secrets is how to find your starving crowd and make a mafia offer that demands attention and converts like crazy so you can make your first or your next million with a private label brand. So, if you're just now tuning in, I also want to draw your attention to the scrolling marquee at the bottom of this video. You can listen to the full book free on YouTube at pppro.co/Shawn Reads. And that's pppro.co/Shawn Reads. You should see that in the video now, and that'll take you directly to YouTube where you can just follow along with the entire playlist. Without further ado, let's jump in, my friends, if you will. If you have any comments or questions during this live cast, feel free to put those in the comments live on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions as we go along. Be sure to say who you are and where you're listening from as well in the comments. So, chapter 4 of the book is called Customer Journeys. And here's a quote from my co author, Seth Stevens. Find the starving crowd, but then find the journey that your customer is on. This is how you will build a really valuable brand. Focus on people, not products. After we found our starving crowd opportunity, we want to start looking at the who instead of the what. So, who are we serving? This is how we will build a real brand with a line of products that serve the same customer. We find the journey that the customers are already on so that our starving crowd opportunity is already a part of their life. They won't need to be convinced and will already be asking the questions that your product answers. It's the perfect match. If you can get this part nailed down, then everything else will literally fall into place. Your job will be 100 times easier. All right. We need to remember that people are where we make our money, not products. If we serve the right person and their unique pain point, then we can create an entire line of products that are going to need on their journey. This is called a brand. If you're focused on products instead of people, you're just producing transactions. Instead, you need to be acquiring customers so that you can serve profitably over and over again through your post purchase marketing. People are starting new journeys every single day. You, as the entrepreneur, can simply serve your customer along their journey. When you can step into the conversation that your customers already having with themselves and enter the journey that they're already on, then you can profit enormously because they feel like you perfectly understand their needs. So, what is a customer journey? It is a new phase in someone's life where they develop a new identity for themselves. The new identity or passion causes them to create new purchasing habits or change old purchasing habits. This means a whole new list of needs and wants. We're looking for a journey that our customer is on where they will need multiple products that will support them as they progress through their journey. For instance, if your customer is on a fitness journey, there are multiple products they need as their journey progresses. A customer on this journey might want supplements or workout clothes, training programs, healthier food, and athletic equipment. The point is that we're serving the exact same person on one single journey. This is how we create a brand and increase the lifetime value of each one of our customers. We can sell our entire line of products to the same person, so each additional sale adds to the lifetime value of the customer. Now, for those of you joining me late, my name is Shawn Hart. I co authored this book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets, and I'm walking you through page by page, chapter by chapter, word for word, answering your questions and comments along the way. You can listen to the full book free. Save your money. No need to buy the audio version. Go to pppro.co/Shawn Reads. Back to the book. Now, I'm sure you've heard the classic line, the riches are in the niches. And it's true. We've seen it too many times. A new entrepreneur will move from one market to another before ever giving any one market enough attention. You must choose one market and one customer journey so you can build your mafia offer, or your chances of success are slim. Many entrepreneurs get shiny object syndrome and don't have the patience to see one idea through. The fact is, the real money is made by the people at the top of any market. You'll never get there by not giving yourself a chance to become an expert in your niche and truly understanding your ideal customer. To do this right, you will choose a group of people on a specific journey where you can apply your mafia offer. This allows you to develop a deep knowledge of your market and become the go to brand in your niche. You may think, well, I can just switch from serving the fitness niche to the kitchen niche. Truth be told, either one of those niches are viable and could mean millions of dollars in profits every year for you, but probably not both at the same time. When you are first starting your business, you need to decide on one single niche and stick with it. When comparing niches, anything you see will have some less than desirable traits, because at the end of the day, nothing is perfect. But don't overanalyze and get stuck in paralysis by analysis, which we have personally seen cost entrepreneurs years of their lives. If you're joining me late, my name is Shawn Hart, and I'm walking you through my latest book. I co-authored Private Label Millionaire Secrets, page for page, chapter by chapter, leaving nothing out. Feel free to like and comment in the comments. And if you have a question that's relevant to the content, I'll go ahead and answer that live. Back to the book. Have you noticed that the grass is rarely greener on the other side of once you get there? Here is one of the biggest problems that we see. Is this you? Do you keep jumping around from one niche to another, praying you'll eventually find the perfect answer? You never will. In this scenario, it's more important that you decide than it is what you decide. The difference between a business and a hustle. This is really, really important here. When you choose a niche, don't stay on the surface. Go deep and give yourself a good chance to succeed. If you dabble, you will fail. Let me just repeat that. If you dabble, you will fail. Back to the book. What we like to do is fail forward. Failing forward means you try something, and if it does not work, you take the lessons learned and you move forward quickly. In fact, failing forward does not mean failing at all. When we try something new and it doesn't work, our view is not that we failed, but rather that we tested and it didn't work. This psychological shift can let you move much quicker without bearing the emotional baggage that some carry because they failed. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning. And it is not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order to reach my goal. Failure I may still encounter at the 1,000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies unless I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. If that is of no avail, I will take another and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. That is a quote from my favorite book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, from Og Mandino. If you continue to bounce around all over the place, then success will elude you for much longer, because you will need to start from scratch every time. Sure, you may get lucky on a product here and there and make some money, but this is dangerous. It's kind of like walking into a casino and winning big on your very first bet. Getting lucky is a good way to trick yourself into thinking you've developed all the skills you need, but you really can't skip steps in business or in life. Everything comes back around eventually. We know plenty of good people who always seem to have just enough money to stay in business, but not enough to grow, and definitely not enough to retire. Their losses are barely covered by their wins, so they just keep hustling and praying for a big payday. It's not going to happen unless they go deep in one niche and become the best that they can in that particular niche. Our advice: find your niche and stick with it. If you're not creating a real business and a real brand, then you're just hustling and moving from one hustle to another. It's 1,000 times more valuable to have 10 years experience on one subject than it is to have the same 1 year of experience repeated 10 times. You must go deep and pay your dues if you want to find meaningful success. What we found is that if you can stick with one market long enough and serve a specific customer within that market, you will be far more successful. Let's talk about how to supercharge your profits. For those of you joining me late, my name is Shawn Hart, and I'm reading page by page, chapter by chapter, the book that I co-authored, Private Label Millionaire Secrets. Back to the book. How to supercharge your profits. Narrow your market to a sub niche and you will earn a lot more profit because you can usually charge a lot more. Think about how brands selling marine grade products for boaters charge 2 to 3 times more for the exact same products that are not marine grade. Boaters. Now, that's a very profitable and seemingly endless journey. There's always something more that you just have to make your boat a little more comfortable, useful, or beautiful. When someone buys a boat, they are on a long and slippery slope that won't end until the boat gets sold, gets repossessed, or sinks. The more narrow your niche, the smaller your TAM, your TAM, total addressable market. And if you know the size of your total addressable market, or TAM, then you can easily calculate what the size of the opportunity is for your business. Only after you successfully dominated your specific niche should you look at expanding. And this is only when you've reached your total addressable market. Otherwise, the easiest growth for you will still be in that same niche. See creative cloning in a later chapter. Most people have knowledge they've accumulated around a specific niche, so you most likely already have some expertise. You'll be able to grow much more quickly if you find a starving crowd in a niche where you can leverage your expertise. It is okay to enter a completely new market and start as a beginner again if that is your only option, but not preferred. This will take you a little longer because you have to build your expertise. Here's an example of a sub niche that we found within our iHeater business. After looking at the data, we could easily see that the majority of our phone orders were coming from small town newspapers in rural America. Armed with this knowledge, we began to niche down and target customers in small farm communities within the Midwest. We were able to reduce our overall ad budget 63% by only targeting the sub niche of people who were most likely to buy, and our profitability, of course, went through the roof. This is only possible when you have niche knowledge. If you apply the same concept to your private label business now, you too would make a lot more money because you would only need to present your offer to those that are most likely to convert. If you only target those most likely to convert, then you'll be able to charge more, increase your conversions, spend less on advertising, and make a lot more profit. Just like when we decided to only target rural America in the markets that made the most money for us, we made more profit. You too can decide to only target your sub niche to make more profits for yourself. Of course, we could have sold to urban environments and those who didn't closely match our niche. However, the majority of sales were coming from our rural sub niche, so we narrowed our focus and spoke directly to one type of customer. This allowed us to charge more for our product while paying less for ads, resulting in much higher profit. Never forget that you're not in business to make sales, you're in business to make profit. This also allowed us to create a mafia offer targeting our specific sub niche with messaging perfectly targeted to attract our ideal customers. We had identified exactly who we should be speaking to and the language patterns we should be using. You should always look to see if there's a sub niche where you can narrow your focus and more specifically target one single type of customer. Here's a real life example how you can make 15 times more money by niching down the same product. And I'm going to refer to this little graph or table that you see that is on page 56 of the book. You can see when we first discovered this trick, it changed everything. If we were to sell a normal memory foam pillow without targeting any specific sub niche, then we would just get normal bed pillow prices. And how much do you think a normal memory foam bed pillow could sell for? $10, $15, $20? For us, it was $19.99. What would happen though if we made that pillow more niche specific and renamed it adjustable shredded memory foam pillow? Now this pillow serves a more specific buyer and we can increase the price, so we did, and the results were remarkable. Now let's continue on our niching down journey and rename the product to shredded memory foam pillow for side sleepers that suffer from snoring. Now we know that a chronic snorer or side sleeper would perceive more value out of this product, so we were able to sell it for $79.99. Now we're already 4 times the original price, but we can do better. Imagine if you were suffering from terrible neck or back pain and we offered you a hypoallergenic bamboo-covered shredded memory foam pillow designed specifically for back and neck pain relief at a price of $139. Would it be possible that you would consider paying that much? You most likely would, because we've spoken directly to your specific sub-niche or pain. So our product has a much higher perceived value versus a regular bed pillow and becomes your obvious choice. Sold yet? Thought so. Just for dramatic representation, let's say you just had shoulder surgery and your doctor instructed you to buy a medical grade, hypoallergenic, adjustable, shredded memory foam pillow designed for post shoulder surgery support. Wow, that's a tongue twister. All right. For post shoulder surgery support, you would eagerly fork over $299 to get that pillow, wouldn't you? Besides, that's what the doctor ordered. By simply changing who you're targeting with your product, dramatically impacts how much you can charge. When we were in the medical supplies business, we offered diabetic footwear for our patients. We had some earlier exposure to importing shoes from China, so we knew the shoe business. Can you guess the main difference we found when comparing our diabetic shoes to the regular shoes that we were already importing from China? Absolutely nothing. The only two differences were the price and the positioning of the product. Our product for Chinese sneakers was just over $6 landed at my door, and we sold them for $19.95 retail. The diabetic shoes, so-called, cost us $85 per pair from a company called Dr. Zen. And we sold those to our medical patients for $455. We sold about 4,000 pairs per year, and Medicare had to pay for those. Now, before you assume we were overcharging for these shoes, you should know that we did not set the price of $455. Medicare did. These shoes were exactly the same as our retail shoes. Both even came from China, but the diabetic version was a lot uglier and a lot more expensive. This was only possible because they served a specific need and were deemed medically necessary. Check this out. Here's an image showing both of these sneakers side by side. You can see they're about the same, and that's in the book, page 58. All right. Here's an ad copy from a nationwide classified ads that we use to promote our diabetic footwear. Of course, the phone number's been changed to protect the innocent, but you can see that about right here. Diabetics on Medicare, you're entitled to special diabetic footwear at no cost to you every year. Call now to schedule your in-home fitting, 1-800-467-2030. That little classified ad produced over $600,000 in net profits every year like clockwork. It's highly targeted, it's benefit driven, and it's simple. We just reach out to each customer every year and remind them of their entitlement to new shoes at no cost to them. How can they say no? Hopefully now you can see how niching down provides a lot more value, even if it's the exact same product. We're serving one particular customer with a very important and emotional pain point with a targeted sales message. A regular bed pillow, remember, sells for just $19.99, but this pillow serving this highly specific purpose sells for 15 times that price. When your sales message speaks directly to your ideal customer, your customer will find the message much more relevant to their journey and will perceive more value from the same product. If you can position yourself to be the go-to source for a unique solution, then you can charge what you want. Here's an example of how we've done this with our Amazon private label business. And for those of you joining me a little late, my name is Shawn Hart, and I'm going through page by page, chapter by chapter, the book that I co-authored, Private Label Millionaire Secrets. You can listen to the entire book free at the URL scrolling across the bottom of your screen now, pppro.co/Shawn Reads. Back to the book. We started a pet brand, and our first product was dog collars. We didn't just sell dog collars, though. It was much too competitive for us to find our starving crowd opportunity in that broad niche. So we applied our niching down strategy and made a ton of money. Here are the details. Instead of selling a dog collar, we would target a particular breed of dog. So as shoppers were scrolling through the search results, we would call out to them specifically. For instance, we would sell a German Shepherd dog collar, a Pit Bull dog collar, Collie dog collar, and a Golden Retrieval dog collar. At the end of the day, these were all the exact same dog collar, but specifically targeting the owners of those dog breeds with images of what looks like their dog wearing our dog collar. Okay? A perfectly targeted message like this one removes the guesswork out of looking around for the best dog collar for your German Shepherd, right? Usually, we were the only product that the customer knew for sure was for their dog. So we were able to charge a lot more than our competitors. This is always a lot less. There is always, I should say, a lot less competition when you niche down and specifically target one type of customer. This is because we're able to enter the conversation the customer is already having in their own minds, making our product the only obvious solution. We see it too often. New or uninformed sellers, don't be this guy. New or uninformed sellers try to be everything to everyone, but they end up reaching no one in the process. You cannot serve everyone successfully with the same offer. You can, however, serve everyone in your market with one offer to one sub niche at a time, repeated. Normally, niching down means you'll make dramatically more money because you can charge higher prices, right? And when you combine the power of a mafia offer with niching down, the results can be so incredible that even your wildest dreams can become reality. Now, again, my name is Shawn Hart. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm reading page for page the book that I co authored with Seth Stevens titled Private Label Millionaire Secrets. If you want to know the true secrets in launching successful private label products, then I strongly encourage you to listen to this entire audio recording. Each video is uploaded in sequence so you can get the entire playlist at the URL you see scrolling right under here. Okay. Somewhere. There you go. Right under here. It's called pppro.co/Shawn Reads. God bless you. This is my second recording today, Tuesday, September 5th. I hope I see you tomorrow or whenever we go through chapter 5, which should be equally as exciting. Take care. See you soon.